going on and on and on and on and on. But there's no reason for living than to live for Him. I'm so grateful this evening for being part of this program. I said I'm grateful because I'm part of it, because I know that somebody's word is coming to change his or her world. Please share, tell your friends to listen. This evening is going to be explosive, it's going to be powerful. I'm bringing out a topic, and under the subtopic of the wise sex parents. There's so much that is going on now, and if we are not careful, we're already on an explosive bomb. The tickling is about to blast, and if we are not careful, we're going to take a lot of things for granted. And in our lives, when we're supposed to be resting, when we're supposed to have peace, when we're supposed to be enjoying the fruits of our labor, when our kids are supposed to be doing well, graduating, marrying as a virgin, we just discover they are lost. That's why this topic tonight, the sex-wise parents, I have so much pain in my heart talking to parents today to be sex-wise. When you are talking about a child's sexuality, you know what I'm talking about. If you have missed any of my episodes on being sex-wise as parents, you can go to my YouTube channel. Follow me on YouTube. My handle is funkeadetuberu. Of course, you can still find a little part of it on Instagram, but basically, you can go to the YouTube and listen. Being sex-wise as parents. You know, I'm picking the word parents today. Can I say this to every father, every mother at the sound of my voice? There is no price that is too high to pay to protect the souls of your children. We are tripartite beings. We live in the body. We have a soul. We have a spirit. You can't see the spirit. You cannot see the soul. The seat of everything is in the soul. Education, verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, having to see you as parents beating each other, harassing each other mentally, emotionally, physically, financially assaulting each other, sexually assaulting each other. Your children are looking, they are watching. And in all honesty, you are an epistle for your children to read. Your children don't have any business with the Bible, with the Quran. Whatever is the tenet of your faith, your children don't have anything to do with it. Please share with your friend. Tell your friends, share. This is crucial. We are living in a perilous times. We are living in a time that is extremely delicate and dangerous. We cannot afford to be like a Jessica or to think everything is fine, what will be will be. No. We are not living in the time or in the age of what will be will be. What will be will not be. Everybody has to be intentional, has to be desperate, has to be determined, has to be resilient in whatever we are doing now, especially in raising our children. I know what I'm talking about. Hear me, parents. Hear me, guardian, hear me. The moment the soul of your child is not well protected, that child is a recipe for disaster. He or she is an accident that is about to happen. You send a child to school. You remember recently when we had some of the, these girls that went to Dubai, their parents paid so much money, invested in them, put so much on the inside of them to become someone in life and become a child that will make her parents or their parents to be proud. And guess what? They were having sex and it was all over the globe. That tells you something. You can send a child to Harvard, to the best university in the world, and invest so much to education. If the soul of your child is sick, that child is sick. And soul is not visible. X-ray does not see emotional wounds. Well, you can also term it as an emotional wound, but I'm majoring on your soul. It's also your emotions, where you feel. You feel pain, you feel loved, you feel cared for, you feel appreciated, you feel validated. It is right there in your soul. And listen to me, when I say be sex-wise as parents, the topic I'm bringing today, I want to address parents. Listen to me, I'm not saying you are not going through hell in your home. I'm not saying your children are not, your husband or anybody, your husband, whatever, is not giving you problems. I'm not saying that. But as much as it lies in your capacity, please protect the souls of your children. Please help me to share this. Tell people to listen to it. Listen and listen and listen to me. Anytime your child sees something that is out of order in your home and it brings pain to their soul, you are wounding that soul. You are crushing something in her and in him. You know how many boys tell me daily on She Matters that I masturbate. I'm deep in masturbation. I'm 14. I'm 12. I am 10. Some will say, I just took my mommy's phone. Please don't call me on this number and turn it off. Now listen, why? Why? Your soul, like I said, is a place of joy, sadness, information, positive or negative. If you start raising your kids in a place where there is no peace, children are naturally selfish. When there's a problem in the home, the next thing is my fault. I am wrong. If I was a good boy, if I'm a boy, if I'm a girl, my dad and my mom will not be fighting. Now, when they see such things, they can't talk. When a child is raised from a dysfunctional home, there are 3 things that is close to them. Don't talk. They keep all the secrets. They suck it in. They are quiet because their feelings are not respected. So they can't talk. They can't say anything. Some, by the time you are saying, Dad, why are you doing that to Mom? Is a slap. Mom, don't do that to Dad. Is a beating. That is bad. You know women, the way they beat kids. They don't even use normal measure. They take dirty slaps and series of punches on a child that is asking you questions about his or her feelings. You don't talk. That's why you look at a man, handsome, intelligent, and is wicked. Wicked. I mean, I've been hearing some things lately, and he's actually shaking my bones. Scared to death. I said, what? Is this guy raised in the bush or in the forest? No, he's raised in a home. He's raised by parents. And when you don't talk, you are sick as your secret. Somebody should help me to write it down. You are sick as your secret. If you are not talking, that's why if life is going to beat you hard, life will tell you, shut up. Don't talk. Even in my language, I will interpret it in English. They said if you don't know how to talk, that is the beginning of bad head. Aile soro. Ni ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ orí burúkú. I don't know how to say that if I'm correct in English. You don't talk. From a dysfunctional home, thank you for joining. Please share, tell your friends to join. You don't talk. You don't say anything. Have you been raised in a system that you are right, you are actually right, but because somebody is emotionally sick, somebody is angry, somebody is upset, the next thing is where 2 elephants fight, the grass will suffer. Every aggression is transferred to you unconsciously. Thank you. The person would have slapped you, beaten you, and you are innocently looking, what did I do? What have I done? I'll share some of my experiences with you. Listen to me today. You are not talking because everybody around you is not listening to you. Now, the way we talk, I will still talk about it later. We talk. There's nobody that don't. I just eased. I've said something. I've said something. Tears coming out of my eyes. I've said something. Not replying when you talk. Are you deaf? Are you not the one I'm calling? You this girl, you this boy. I'm saying something. Everybody talks. But when you're from a dysfunctional home, you don't talk. The only place where you can talk and your voice will be heard is when you are reacting. I'll talk about that later. Then you don't feel. Your feelings are numbed. Nobody is hearing you. Nobody feels you. I've told us here, maybe in one of the episodes, that it is when I started traveling out that I will hear a child telling the dad or the mom, you are hurting my feelings. Please, we're an African. I'm an African woman. Anytime, any day, have you ever had the guts or the liver or the kidney to tell your mom or your dad that what you have just said is hurting my feelings? Oh my God. The way you'll be beaten that day, it will be as if you went to rob or you were caught in an act of robbery. So you don't talk, you don't feel. Your feelings are not valued, they are not validated, they are not respected. It's not noticed. Your feelings are not noticed. Nobody notices anything about you. You are as good as dead because of one thing. Your home is dysfunctional. Your dad and your mom, they are having issues. They are fighting. Things are happening that is not allowing them to see. Now, can I quickly say this? Please do me a favor. If you are single and you are hearing me, and you know that you are not ready for marriage, or you are ready, but you are noticing some things, please stop. Break that relationship. Even if you have done the invite and you are everywhere with Ashwebi, run away. Bad advice, Abi. I know what I'm saying. It will come in the news and go. You know one thing, I don't mind when people talk nonsense. You know why? The moment you bring out a news now, give it another 5 minutes, another news has come to cover it up. So I don't have problems with that. If you know, you've seen the black flags and the red flags, and you are saying, well, we have given a date, we've got our wedding dress, the suit is ready. Excuse me. Run. There is fire on the mountain. Run for your dear life. If you don't, you will cry till you enter your grave. Because the eye that will follow you to the grave will not be bringing out water in the morning. Those signs, there is no one that has called me, asked me questions about their lives now, the trauma, the pain, the affliction, the oppression, that had never saw the sign. They saw it coming. But love is blind, eh? You don't want people to talk. You will embarrass your family. Now, living in your father and your mommy's house, who is I embarrassed? Having to live alone till the rest of your life with your children damaged. Which one is best? Listen, if you are single, please share this with all the single ones. You know, everybody, tell them. Because what I'm saying today is giving you rest for the rest of your life. And if you don't understand it now, you don't get it now, you will get it later. And getting it later can be too late. You know how many women go through emotional sickness, cancer, ulcer, blood pressure, because of relationship, because we relate in our soul. That's why you call your husband, your wife, your soulmate. So it's a soulish relationship. And it's the same in this soul that you have pain. No, let me finish the 3 things. Number 1, like I said, don't talk. Don't trust. No, I've said don't feel. You are not having feelings. Then don't trust. Children from dysfunctional home have trust issue. Now, I discovered recently that the issue of trust that I'm talking about is becoming relative. I'm telling you, recently. I discovered that children from dysfunctional home that have trust issue, guess what? They trust abusers. They trust people that will kill them. They trust wrongly. They trust blindly. In the name of religion, Christianity, I can pray 5 times daily as a Muslim. Serious praying Muslim. Serious praying Christian. Excuse me. That is problem with trust. It was recently I discovered that when they say don't, what comes with a child raised from a dysfunctional home is don't trust, don't talk, and don't feel. I now notice that the issue of trust is relative. Most children from dysfunctional home, they trust wrongly. So if you are hearing me now, as a parent, please, like I said, protect the soul of your children. The reason why I'm passionate about the souls of your children is this. Hear me. Many of us that found ourselves in various abusive relationships and all of that, check where you are coming from. Check your background. Somehow, there was a fight. There was a problem. Don't say, well, my mom and dad are together. Excuse me. You can come, if you are from a monogamous home, you can be very, very, very dysfunctional. If your parents, as a parent, you don't know how to manage your children. You don't know how to handle their personality. Your kids, they don't have the same persona. They don't. Some are thinkers, solid thinkers. They analyze everything till they are paralyzed. Some are extroverts. They do blah, 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 everything is over, fine. Some are strong-willed, strong children. When you look at them, you know that this one is an iron man, iron lady. From the same womb. Now, you are from a monogamous home. Daddy and mommy are together. You go to church. You do everything together. You are fine together. You are this and that. People see you in church. You are an elder. They insist that you must join the whatever. When you are young, you go to, if you are Muslim, they follow you. Insist that you go to the place of prayers. If you are a Christian, you do Sunday school. You are forced to do Bible study and all of that. Excuse me. For the fact that you are from a monogamous home, daddy and mommy, they wear uniform to church. They wear uniform to mosque. Excuse me. The moment they don't understand you, you don't understand your children as parents, you are finished. It's a matter of time. You don't know how many doctors that smokes like chimney. You know how many professionals that whatever they are doing is against the ethics of their professional, ethics of their profession, and they are doing nonsense. You know how many doctors sleep with their patient before they do an abortion for them. So many things happen. You've seen lawyers that are into fraud, bankers that are into fraud, and you are wondering, this is unethical. This is not part of the plan. This is not. You are not trained to do that. This is monogamous home that you are wondering, what is my daughter, what is my son doing with that girl? What is my daughter doing with that boy? With all the religious, the foundation, the spirituality, you are puzzled. I'm talking about being sex-wise as parents. I'm talking to parents. And I think I have a lot to tell parents. Because you cannot give what you don't have. I told people, I said, somebody said, if you are going to give me a clothes, I will look at the one you are wearing. I've changed my slogan. I will check your wardrobe if you did not borrow that clothes to party. People borrow clothes to party. So I'm not checking you. If you are not giving me, if you don't have it, you can't give it. You can't actually give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. Now, coming back to a polygamous home, terrible. That's one. You have different parties in one home, in one house. PDP 1, PDP 2, PDP 3, PDP 4. Different parties in the same house. Why? Because you and your husband are together as husband and wife. You love each other, wear uniform. Your children are still different. I'm talking about parents now. Parenting. Your children are different. Now, coming to where you have to share love between multiple kids, and share love with their mom with another woman, excuse me, that is one set, polygamous home, monogamous home. Now let's not talk about if you're a single parent. You are raising your kids alone. Abnormal kids. Abnormal. They will do things because, listen to me, a child normally wants to flex their teenage muscles. They want to have challenge with peer pressure. They are there. It's normal. Some of us, you ask yourself questions now when you were growing up. Everything you are accusing your teenagers now, you are beating them for, you are embarrassing them for, you did it. You did it. All of us. Have you seen several times you are reading chemistry? There's a picture of a guy that you are watching under the chemistry paper. You know, you are reading your chemistry, but it's a lie. Especially when you begin to get to class 1, class 2, class 3, you know, from these days, listen, when we, in our days, you are still going to be maybe primary 3, I mean, class 3, GSS 4, 3, before you start thinking of a man, thinking of boyfriend. Primary 6, class 1, SS1, are having terrible issues. Do you know that recently a 14-year-old girl got pregnant? And I said I don't believe in abortion. I can't kill life. I save life. I preserve life. I'm taking you somewhere. If I don't finish today, I'll come your way. I'm sorry I've been out of recording because of the program we're having. I'm fully back. I'm fully loaded back. Please, I apologize for that. Now listen to me. It's normal. But if you are now raising your kids alone and you expect them to be normal, hey. Now listen, I said something now that if you are giving me a clothes, I will look at the one you are wearing. Hear me. You are a woman or a man. You are having issues in your marriage. You are emotionally drained. You are emotionally down. You are not happy. Things are not the way you planned them. What happens? You are emotionally drained, right? Now, can somebody that is not emotionally well raise a child? Can somebody that is not emotionally healthy raise a healthy child? No. So being a single parent, your husband, well, some are at home, their husband is there but he's not there, it's just a figurehead. They are as good as being a single parent because the man is not emotionally present, he's not financially present, he's not psychologically present, he's not available, he's just there. Where is daddy? He has gone. When is he coming back? Midnight. He's gone clubbing and doing all sorts. He's as good as your single parent. Now, what I'm saying in essence is the moment as a parent, you are not available. You are not emotionally healthy. There's no wellness in your emotions. To be able to balancedly raise your children is a recipe for disaster. What is going to happen is very simple. Their souls are being wounded by the reason of your dysfunctionality. Please follow me because I have to take you through this. I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to take my time to discuss this, and this is just 1 hour. Now listen. When you are emotionally ill and your kids are emotionally ill, what happens is, naturally, when you are sick naturally, what happens? You take medication. I'm taking you somewhere. Please follow me. Because I've asked myself, these children that are screaming, I masturbate, I watch pornography. What is this? Parents, hear me. Why? They are emotionally sick. They are having headache. They are having stomach ache emotionally. They have this butterfly in their tummy. You know, when there's problem, you have this anxiety, you feel the panic and all of that. Before you know it, they want to take something to medicate their pain. They want to take an analgesic if it's headache. They want to take something to cool down their stomach if it is stomach ulcer or something, or stomach upset. Now, for the soul, hear me today because I'm talking about being wise sex as parents. Hear me. Now, the soul does not take analgesic, paracetamol. The soul does not take, I don't know what they use for stomach upset. I hardly have stomach upset. Maybe Gentacid or something. I can't remember now. For the stomach. Soul does not take that. Now, people, you need to understand something. As a human being, your soul is also tangible. Your spirit is tangible. You don't just see it. Your body is tangible. The only thing we see is this body. Is our bodies that we see. You don't see your soul. You don't see your spirit. But they are real. You can grow in the spirit that will be so strong and energetic spiritually. You can grow in your soul. You'll be so strong and energetic soulishly. You can grow in your body that will be so strong and you won't have headache, you won't have any problem because you eat healthily. So all the three parts of us needs to grow to be healthy. Now, if you are having constant headache physically in your body, you are feeling headache, what do? You take analgesic. When you are sick in your soul, what do? You medicate your pain with so many things that I'll be mentioning for you today. Some medicate their pain with sex. So your children, because of the fact that there's so much consistent conflict at home, they are not seeing the love they want. They are not being appreciated, validated, honored, cared for. They go into their closet and do something that suits them, like taking a paracetamol or analgesic. That is what happens. Some will be making passes at guys just to make them feel special. Some will stop, and unfortunately, we are living in an addictive society. We are living where sex is everywhere. Pornography is not censored in Africa. A click away on your phone, cartoon has been encapsulated in pornography. Subtle porn is in cartoons. Lesbianism is practiced in some of our children's cartoons. Homosexual is practiced in some of our children's cartoons. And we don't know. Don't tell me what you don't know will not kill you. It will kill you. I'm in the studio now recording, doing this live program. I have my phone is plugged to socket. If I don't know that there's light or light in that socket and I put my hand there, will it not shock me? So don't tell me I don't know. You say I don't really know. You should know. If you don't know, it does not change anything. Your children are taking in something. If your child, now let me be a little bit practical. Your child stumbled on a picture or on a pornographic picture through a friend on their phone in class, lecture is going on, and a friend just brought it, and you don't know that the world we are living in now is terrible. Thank you for joining. Terrible. Please, I'm pleading. We are already having issues in our generation. I'm going to talk about another thing. I'm still talking about sex here. So many things are out there that is scary. And it all stems from home front, parenting. Then some of you are hearing me now. You are now exposing your children to some funny music that you don't even know the lyrics. You don't get to listen to the wordings. That is on his side. Don't let me come to music today. I think what I'm trying to do today is to sensitize your soul, your conscious and your subconscious, to the fact that there's fire on the mountain and there's a bomb that is tickling already around you as parents. I'm not saying you should be paranoid. I'm not saying you should be watching and be a little bit apprehensive. No, I'm saying you should be calm and cool and be chilling in discussing issues with your children. That's how to be sex wise. Discuss things. Bring everything to the open. If your child stumbles at a porn picture that sticks to the brain, anytime you see, when a child gets a picture of pornography, the brain magnifies, it sticks to the brain. That is trouble for that child. I wish somebody is getting what I'm saying here. I wish you are hearing my heart and my pain here. Because listen to me. After you had labor and single-handedly raised your kids and suffer, do you want to have a child that will be pregnant in secondary school? All of us want to sit on a high table and give our children out in marriage. And when we do that, we are telling the husband, where is my goat? Where is my wine? I'm not talking about some that said they are married as virgins and they are technical virgins. I'm being honest, there are lots of them all over the place. The only thing is that recently I had a program. If you watch some of the old episodes of She Matters, over 20 ladies came online to tell me that they were pregnant and the hymen was still there. Those are technical virgins. They were pregnant. Go to my old episodes on my She Matters, long time, maybe the one I did in Abeokuta or something. Several of them phoned in and said, "Ma, my hymen was still intact and I was pregnant." So technically they are not virgins. They've done every other thing. The only thing they have not done is the man did not penetrate. Because it's so simple. If you are ovulating and you had all sorts of sexual activities and the hymen goes into your ovary, you get pregnant. So don't let deceive ourselves by thinking our children they are virgins. They are not knowing anything. They have done every other thing. And it takes a sensitive parent, a sensitive mother, a sensitive father, a father that is a friend, a mother that is a friend. Because you don't, I have friends. The only set of people you open up your heart to are your friends. Someone you have built trust with over the years. Not someone that will not, somebody that will just come and you beat you or judge you. You don't want to relate with someone that will keep judging you and telling you you are not doing it well, you have not done it right. You are going to lose trust and confidence in that person. You're going to lose trust and confidence in that person. Hear me clearly and hear my heart. And I'm saying this from the depth of my bowels. Hear me. If you are parenting a child and you are not close to that child, you are not committed to that child, you are not relating to that child, listen, let me say this, it dropped in my heart. I'm not saying you are not having problems in your marriage. But please, the moment you realize there's a problem, take responsibility and tell yourself, me, I've made my mistakes. I will not pass it down. I will not give the baton to my children. I will do everything to make sure. I will sacrifice my tears in the closet. I won't cry before these kids. Because listen to me, even if you don't cry before them, they know something is wrong. Peace is smell in atmosphere. If there is peace at home, everybody will smell it. There's joy, you touch each other, you eat together, you eat together, you do everything together. Obviously, your kids will know. When there's tension, the atmosphere is clear about tension. It's written all over you. But listen, for this understanding, whatever it is, if you notice that there's a problem, you notice that you are not happy in your home, you've observed a lot of things, and you have children in that home, mature, straight up, put yourself together and tell yourself, now it will still filter, but do serious damage control. Please, if you don't want to regret your old age, do damage control. Do damage control. Reduce the level of evil, quote and unquote, that your children will see in your home. Reduce it to 0, because you are raising a prostitute. You are raising a son that will pregnate 7 women at the same time. I hear things lately that scares me. Imagine 5 girls. The same boy pregnated them. 5 girls. And they are teenagers. So where do we go from here? So if I say be wise, sex-wise parents, I know what I'm saying here. I hear this every day of my life. I want to sleep, I can't sleep. Because of what? Children. Now, forget adults. That's what... Adults, thank God for you. But these children, these are your future. They are your rest. At least, to an extent, even if you don't make it with the works of your hand. If your children made it, you've made it. In a way. Even if they are not giving you food, they are not giving you money yet, at least you have peace. Please, I'm pleading. I'm pleading. I feel like crying. 5 girls pregnant by 1 boy. Different, Pregnant 5 girls, 1 boy. And the boy is just 18. The rest are 15, 16. Thereabouts. If I talk like this, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is simple. As parents, to be sex-wise, don't expose the soul of your children to trauma. I said it in one of the programs I did recently, that there are 3 inlets to sexual addiction. One of them is trauma-based addict. When you keep traumatizing your kids, you are not careful about their souls. You are not sensitive to what is going on around them. Some of you, it's so bad. Let me tell you, parents, hear me. You now call your son, see your mother. She's this, she's that. You are a wicked person. Forgive me. I hope it's allowed. You are wicked. You are not fair. You are unfair. Look at your mother. Look at your father. He's not giving us food. He's not taking care of us. You are a pedophile. You are sexually preying on the lives of those children. That's what you are doing. Yes. Don't say, hey, my children, they are my confidence. They are my friend. Excuse me. They are still young. Their mind cannot take it. They go to school, they can't concentrate, they can't read again. They have their own trouble. I'm still going to talk about that. Parents, I think I should be talking to parents now. To be sex-wise. Then you can work on 2 things I say. You can now tell your children. But this time, children has to be free from the bondage of parents that are baby. You are a baby, you married baby, you gave birth to baby, your husband is also a baby, you are a baby. Who is going to say sorry to who? Marriage is for matured men and women. Men and women that can hold themselves, delay gratification, hold their temper, hold their anger, manage things properly. Manage things properly. Please don't bring children to this world and make them a sex whore, a prostitute. Please. Because they will be one. There is no food, there's no medication for soul, physical medication. There's physical medication for headache. You can take paracetamol, you can take pain reliever when you have body ache. When it's soul, you feed it with something. One is sex. I'm still talking about sex. I've not even said others. Sex. And sex is subtle. Sex is not something that it's a secret struggle. You don't masturbate in the day. You don't masturbate before people. Your kids go to the bathroom and have their bath. You don't know that there's a case. I can't show pictures. It's gory. A boy, 17-year-old boy, masturbated at his private part, almost cut into 2. True story. I handle it every week on She Matters. Fans, I don't have to lie to you for what? His brain has been hijacked by masturbation. And it was everything was holding that thing and all of that, and before it almost cut into two. True story. They had to do surgery. It's just against the ethics of my profession to disclose people and talk about people. I'm trusting God that I will get to a stage in this thing I'm doing that people will be confident enough to come out and share their life stories. Then you will know what I'm talking about. That is not a friction. It's not a make-up stories. No, I'm not making up stories. I'm telling you what is going on. Please share this video. Share it. Let everybody listen to this. Because whether you like it or not, if your child is good, is your child. If your child is bad, is your child. That's where life takes us to, or is taking us to. The moment your life, something happens to your life, is your life. If anything happens to you that contradicts what I'm saying, you're on your own. Listen to me. I don't want you to come back and start regretting. This is a voice of wisdom. It's a voice of reasoning. It's a voice. Addiction is a spirit. Excuse me, addiction is a spirit. Addiction is a spirit. No. Addiction is a way you medicate a pain that is inflicted in your soul. What is an addiction? Addiction is forming a habit to medicate your soulish wound. Then later the habit will now form you. So it now becomes a second nature. You can be addicted to the Bible reading. You can be addicted to work. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to sex. Addiction, the challenge we have on this side of life is we spiritualize everything. Please, don't spiritualize anything. That's why when somebody is on drugs, or maybe he got, sick, and he's mentally ill because of the effect of alcohol or drug or whatever, we start praying. I know prayer is important, don't get me wrong. Let me put it this way because of what I stand for. The moment you keep doing something, you are addicted to something, after some time, spirit will enter. Because spirit is something you don't see. But you notice that it will not get to a level that you cannot even help it again. It has become your life, your second life. Then you need help. But listen, I've seen people. There are two ways to look into this thing. It's all spiritual, don't get me wrong. But the inlet is what I'm talking about. What opens the door? Who opened the door? Is it every child that gets addicted to something? A child that is loved, cared for, no conflict at home. Parents understand their child. They listen to them when they are talking. They obey them. They involve them. When there's a when there's a conflict, or even if daddy throw tantrums and mommy throw tantrums, when they come to the dining table, they express themselves. They settle their family rifts on the dining table. People from a dysfunctional home, they don't have a dining table. Everybody eats anyhow. There's no family talk. Are you getting me? Somebody said for everything that happens in life, there's a spirit behind it. I can't deny that. But you know what? There's something that opens the door. Door is opened. If you don't open the door, and what opens the door is family dysfunctionality. When you are from a dysfunctional home, you are opening a door. So now, you are now blaming it on the spirit. When your parents, you and your wife, you and your husband, you beat each other, you say it's a spirit. Do you know, recently, I discovered that the Bible did not say anger is a spirit. Go and check your book in the book of Galatians. It said the works of the flesh are manifest. Anger. Anger is the works of the flesh. It's not spirit. Because the spirit of anger, I'm not doubting the spirituality. I operate in that realm excellently. That's the gospel truth. But what I'm telling you is, if the door is not opened, if the edge is not open, the serpent will not bite. When you open a door, until that door is shut, permanently closed, and there's no key that can open that door again, then you can't be free. I've seen people that have gone for deliverance from pornography, masturbation, and all sorts. Now, they would have prayed for them. Some are deeply spiritual. Some are simple psychological. Please get it straight. That's why you explore all options. If your own is spiritual, it will be obvious. Now, spirit will take control. Is that not what happened to Saul? The spirit, the devil entered into him. Spirit entered people. The spirit does not have a body. It must enter somewhere to operate. Is that not what happened to the man of Gadarene? When Jesus cast out the spirit, he cast it to the swine. Spirit is real. Supernatural is real. But what I'm saying is, because I'm talking based on what I'm talking about tonight, being sex life as parents, I'm talking about parenting. Parents that opens the door for children to now become a sex addict. Now, I said, I have like 10 minutes to go. I said some people medicate their pain with drugs, with sex. What about drugs? Go to the world now and see what drug is doing to our young ones. All over. And it has to do with some excess of pain reliever, excess of cough mixture. Some have even been banned now that you don't buy them over the counter. Even in the chemist, you have to get a prescription from the doctor because it's addictive. Why? You are doing something to make you feel better. That's addiction. Anything you do, that when you get to a particular level of pain, it's so bad, very, very bad. You are now looking for something to calm you down. Some is nicotine, cigarettes. Some is cannabis. Some is also crack, cocaine. Listen to me. If you are raised or you are raising children, please be intentional in protecting their souls. Please. There's nothing I can give you than this. Don't let them see anything. Please, as a mother, as a father, hold yourself. Don't worry, it will be over. This season will go. But don't let your children see evil in your home. I can cry, I can beg. Please, don't let it happen. Because if it's happening, I'm not saying you should lie. I'm not saying you should not be realistic, but pray for wisdom. Wisdom will teach you on how to manage every situation that comes your way. The reason is very simple. If you allow it, your kids are going to be addicted to something, especially children that are very smart, very intelligent. You know, there are some kids that, you know, you can really play around their minds and emotions, but some, they are very intelligent. Recently, I discovered that most of the kids that becomes a narcissist today, they were messed up growing up. Don't open the door. Shut every door. Now, another thing I want to say, I just have like a few minutes to go. As parents, do me a favor. Listen to your children. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. The moment you violate integrity and truth, you are preaching A, they are saying Z. You are saying something, they are saying something else. If your life becomes a paradox to them, you are in trouble. Because you are the only inlet for trust. You are the only door for trust. And when trust is dead, everything is dead. You are the only door that leads to door of trust for them. Now, I have some single parents that have been on my case. Now, my husband is not doing this. I need help. I need some. Get to work. Work. The hand of the diligent will bear rule. See a man that is diligent in his business, he will sit among kings and not ordinary men. Ordinary men. Be exceptional in what you are doing. Stand out. Don't because of pressure. Go look for a man that will be sleeping with you. And your kids are knowing you can't drop your phone, you can't do anything. They are sensing it. Please stop it. Some may not like what I'm saying, but guess what? It's your life. If they say this person, turn on the lights in your house, is it not because of your own? Okay, maybe some of you are watching in another part of the world, you don't have issues with lights. In Africa, you have to make sure that your security lights are on if you don't want trouble. Light everywhere. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Do everything to be straightforward. You should be able to beat your chest and say, dead or alive, no man has slept with me when my husband did this, when my husband is like this, when my wife is like this. If you want to now remarry, do it properly. Let everybody know. Let your children know you are now getting married. You have to have a stepdad. Do it clean. Be clean. Godliness is profitable at any level. Godliness is profitable. Because listen, if you don't do that, and you are becoming a paradox, you are confusing your children. They won't talk. Don't forget, from the dysfunctional home, they don't talk. Now they can still be talking when they are small. Ask questions. After some time, they keep quiet. The only thing you are going to be seeing is actions. You see anger, you see masturbation, you see pornography, you see rage, you see lies, serious lies. Serious. They become a professional, a pathological liar because they can't talk. They are not free to express themselves. They can't open up and say anything to anybody because they know you are angry, you are going to misbehave, you are going to beat them, you are going to say things to them. And listen, oh my God, I can't finish it today. I'm talking to parents. To be sex wife, you don't want to open a demonic door or a spiritual door, like somebody said, all these things are spiritual. Ha. If you hear what I'm hearing daily, you'll be scared. You'll be afraid of me hearing them. Please do everything to keep yourself. If you want to date, I'm not saying you should not remarry. Don't get me wrong. Be clean about it. Don't let your children be seeing you, going into the bedroom. You are destroying their imagination. They are thinking something. That is another exposure to destruction for them. Because you are opening them up to something. The world itself is, I'm still talking about just the few inlets. So if I now go to what is happening out there, how would your son manage when he sees pornography and he sees you sleeping around with a guy? Not her dad or his dad. What happens? Answer me. Answer me. I might be very tough tonight, but I'm tough intentionally. I'm tough deliberately. I'm saying this because I'm looking at, I'm listening to people, I'm reading their notes. Some will slightly take the parent's phone and send me a text and delete it and delete my number. My prayer for everyone at the sound of my voice today is, you will not labor in vain. You know what it means to parents. You suffer, you don't sleep, they are sick, you are sick, things are happening, everything is tough. You have to, some of you married some men that are not responsible financially. You have to labor financially, you have to pay the bills, you have to send them to school, you have to do everything. You will now be ready to enjoy and sleep and rest. And lo and behold, if a 14-year-old child will now come and say, I'm pregnant, or I impregnated one girl, how do you do it? That is early grave for any parent. And you caused it. Your kids are your fault. And please, as parents, from today, don't look at your kids and say, you're a bad girl, you're not good, what are you doing? You lie a lot. You open the door. Take responsibility. You open the door. Stop holding those children responsible. I'm not saying you should not take responsibility for whatever happens. Of course, you take responsibility. After 18 by the law, you do something, you go to jail. But I'm saying, don't open the door. Do something about it. Protect them. And don't let them keep pointing, accusing fingers to you and say, and your conscience is telling you, and I allowed it to. The day I brought a man friend or a boyfriend to my house, as a single parent, my son saw it, my daughter saw it. I'm not saying you should not do something. Be plain about. Let your children know that you are plain with what you are doing. Let there be an open book person. If there's any English like that, open yourself up to that. It's going to help the children. Parents, all you have. Even if, let's agree that your husband is bad, he has addiction. Please don't fuel it. Don't encourage it. Don't pass the battle. Tell yourself, no matter what, I will stand up, I will stand right. Whatever happens, at least let my children come and meet somebody that is sane. Know that the two of you are not normal. And when you are like that, you be a voice. You can't be rubbished. You cannot be rubbished. Because there is no, Jesus said the prince of this world came and he found nothing in me. You can't be rubbished. Wow, it's been a little bit tough this evening. And I know why I came on board. By the grace of God, next week, Thursday, I'm going to be with you. On Tuesday, I'm going to be taking question and answer. I'm back very much around to help us to address issues and deal with certain things. Because listen to me, anything you don't deal with will still deal with you at the end of the day. Thank you so much. Stand up. Thank you so much for all your comments. I really appreciate. Please, I don't want you to suffer in vain as parents. If you're a single parent, you are not enjoying your marriage, protect your children. Please look at the bigger picture. For the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross and despised the shame. Endure it. You want to have sex, I know, but hold it, hold yourself for the sake of what you are holding that is a treasure for the future. Thank you so much for listening to me today. It's 1 hour already, and I know I really enjoyed myself. I appreciate you so much. Please share it with your friends. Tell people to follow me on Instagram, and of course, we're still going to be watching it on YouTube. My channel is funkeadetuberu. Subscribe and follow me and share with people. Truth has the capacity and the capability to set free. Thank you very much. I appreciate you so dearly. Let me take this music before we round up, just for you to I want us to just take this music as we close today. It's very important. Sometimes I just do this. And let me say this, as the music is going on in the background, the only person that can give you peace. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.